Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. What's next for Anthony Joshua? But before we delve into that, why don't you like and subscribe? Leave a donation for the fried rice and chicken wings. Well, I'm going to tell you what's next for Anthony Joshua. 2 fights. Now, for those of you who are saying, what do you mean by 2 fights? Joshua has to fight twice a year. So that's what's next. Now, for him to pick out what opponents, which opponents he's fighting next, that's a whole other story. Now, in case you're trying to figure out, man, Hood Champion, where are you getting this 2 fights a year shit from? Well, because remember, Anthony Joshua signed that deal with Dazn. And part of that deal, where they considered a very lucrative deal, worth in excess of, $200 million or something like that. Anyway, he's supposed to give him 2 fights a year. Now, going into 2025, it's right around the corner, right? Joshua only has 2 fights on his brain. And the 2 fights that are on Anthony Joshua's mind, Tyson Fury and Daniel Dubois. Now, at this point in time, when I think about Anthony Joshua targeting Daniel Dubois in a rematch, man, I got to be honest with you. I just don't know if AJ has that intestinal fortitude and has the mental strength and has the confidence and commitment to push through a training camp knowing he's going to get back in there with Dynamite Daniel Dubois, who already knocked him out before when Dubois was younger and sparring, and ended up clipping him in a professional fight where AJ definitely, I would say, is no longer in his prime. But AJ is still a threat in the heavyweight division. But nonetheless, Eddie Hearn is out here, beating the AJ drum because he has to. Dazn is beating the AJ drum because they have to. Okay? There's an inextricable connection there between AJ, Dazn, Eddie Hearn. Like, AJ has to deliver. But that being said, man, there are a lot of people who are calling for AJ. I think, what is he, 35, 36 now? They want him to retire from boxing. And you can understand why. But he can't. He can't, people. So when you saw AJ fighting the Jermaine Franklins after losing to Usyk and then fighting the what's his name, Hellenius, let me explain something to you. When AJ signed that deal with Dazn, he was just getting ready for Usyk. He lost twice. This is after signing that huge deal with Dazn, where there was a partnership and AJ had some position to deal with something like being a global entertainment authority, some craziness, right? But nonetheless, he dropped the ball. So now that when I sit back here and I really try to digest the decision-making by Eddie Hearn to put Anthony Joshua in what I would say, non-threatening fights, now it all makes sense. They didn't put AJ solely against Jermaine Franklin and Hellenius and Otto Wallen. They didn't solely do that to help rebuild AJ and get his confidence straight. They didn't just change the trainers just to help rebuild AJ's confidence and maybe get a different voice in his head to where they feel he'll listen to and they can get him to turn around and get wins. That's not the sole reason. Those aren't the sole reasons why they did that. They had to scrape and scramble like Puff Daddy on Drink Champs with Nori. They had to scramble and scrape to figure out what it would take to get Anthony Joshua back on his winning streak and his winning ways. Because they signed that deal with Dazn, and as soon as they signed the deal, Anthony Joshua lost. But then you saw him turn some things around, and everybody got excited. He clipped Franklin, he clipped Hellenius, he damn near killed Otto Wallen, and he definitely and they should have checked Ngannou's pulse, as Anthony Joshua tranquilized the Cameroonian. But got those 4 fights. That's what they needed. they had to feed weaker opponents to AJ, so he can come back and look great, and the zone benefited more than anybody else. But the position AJ's in now, I am telling you, part of the contract is to fight twice a year. For him to come out now after a loss to Dubois, I don't think he can afford to lose again. Not back to back. Okay, he lost to Ruiz, bounced back, beat Ruiz. I think he fought Pulev, found himself in Usyk, lost twice, came back 4-fight win streak, and then lost to Dubois now. AJ has to be very careful messing around with Dubois in a rematch in Tyson Fury. I'm going to tell you right now. Although Tyson Fury lost to Usyk twice, Tyson Fury looks like he has more in his gas tank than Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury looks like mentally he's a lot stronger than Anthony Joshua. As far as who's more powerful, I mean, Joshua definitely, but chin-wise, I think if Tyson Fury were to touch AJ, I think AJ would go down. I do. I think he'd crash and burn, go up in flames, man. If AJ landed on Fury, I don't know what would happen, but I think AJ will be able to get him. But I don't know if AJ... I think AJ got a little Deontay Wilder in him, where he's scared to really let that right hand go when he has someone in front of him who he knows can touch him. And if he hasn't sparred you several times and knows that he can, for the most part, have his way with you, he's not going to come in there guns blazing. So him against Fury, I'll be honest with you. Before I used to say AJ's power, the way he fights on the inside, AJ's just a beast. But right now, I don't know. I may have to lean towards Tyson Fury on that one, man. Although I think AJ is just has freakish power and is an amazing athlete, I would have to side with Tyson Fury. I would. But you just don't know. Anyway, moving beyond Tyson Fury, that rematch with Dubois, I'm just telling you, man, Dubois is going to fight Parker. I think he's going to beat Parker. And then Dubois and Usyk, I don't think Usyk will fight Dubois. But if he does, job well done to Usyk, because I don't think he needs to be messing around with a guy like Dubois, who's extremely high risk. And Dubois right now has... Talk about somebody just like coming into their prime overnight. Like Dubois just out of nowhere just came into his prime. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't think Usyk should mess with him. But anyway, I don't think anybody should mess with Danny Dubois right now. But the reality is this. Eddie Hearn has went out here, man, and he's kind of indicated that Joshua will fight next year, but they want to wait to see who becomes available. But I'm going to tell you right now, if he doesn't fight Fury, he doesn't fight Dubois, fight Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Fight Deontay Wilder. Don't fight Martin Bakole. Leave him alone, the Congolese. Leave the Congolese fighter alone. Because Martin Bakole is a beast. And I just don't think AJ would last 2 rounds with Bakole. Zhilei Zhang. Leave Zhilei Zhang alone. Although I think Anthony Joshua is a brilliant boxer, has freakish power, I just think, again, after getting clipped by Dubois, this is gone now. I think mentally he's checked out. Who else? I mean, shit, fight Dillian White again. He'll beat him. Even Chisora, funny enough, was actually calling out Anthony Joshua to a fight, saying he would fight him. I know that he said that's like my brother and everything, but I would fight him. Because Chisora's just trying to get paid. I don't know. But if Anthony Joshua is going to fight again and he's going to lose, at least lose to somebody that we can sit here and say we can understand. Don't go fight Ajit Caballero and lose to that guy. Please, don't go do that. Now, for some of you out there like Ajit Caballero, I don't like him. I'll be honest with you. I don't. He's done nothing to me. He hasn't been disrespectful to anyone in boxing. I just don't like him. I don't like the way the guy looks. I'm watching him fight. I don't understand how he can throw all those punches and throw more punches with more power, show more stamina and conditioning round after round after round as a big ass heavyweight. I don't understand. So for those reasons, I don't like him. It doesn't make sense to me. It just makes me wonder what the hell he's doing over there in Germany. Again, I ain't accusing him of nothing. Somebody may be on a cocktail. Anyway, we'll see what's up with AJ, man. If he comes out, gets another amazing fight, and we'll see who'll win. But I don't know. I have a feeling in a weird way, man. Tyson Fury gonna get a trip. I mean, it's 3 fights, a goddamn trilogy. But yeah, Usyk won 2. I just have a feeling Tyson Fury gonna fight Usyk a 3rd time. I just think so, man. You gotta look at, we were talking about massive fights and massive money. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. How massive is that, right? Opposed to Tyson Fury getting a 3rd fight with Usyk. Because look, there's no argument here. Tyson Fury and Usyk, well, those 2 fights were very close. Very close. Anthony Joshua and Usyk, those fights were close, but I think Tyson Fury put up a more valiant effort than Anthony Joshua. That Joshua in that 2nd fight with Usyk, Joshua almost had him. Joshua he was looking good. I think he should have stayed with Robert Garcia. It's just my opinion. But the bottom line is, man, I think there's more money with Tyson Fury and Usyk. But I don't think Usyk wants to fight Tyson Fury again. He knows Tyson Fury is a hard fight. He even talked about it. He's like, he's just big, strong, smart boxer. And he respects him a lot, but you could see Usyk he's not in a rush to get back in the ring with Tyson Fury. Because I think the stars just lined up for him 2 fights in a row. Third fight may be the trial for Tyson Fury, you just never know. Anyway, we'll see what's up, but I'm trying to see this unfortunately, outside of Tyson Fury and Dubois, I still think Deontay Wilder and AJ is a big fight. Neither one should be arguing about money. AJ, of course, would be the A side, but neither one should be arguing about no damn money. But Fury and Dubois may be the 2 big fights for AJ. Unfortunately for him, he'll probably lose them. I don't know. We'll see what else is available. But I'll tell you right now, man. Right now, Dubois has his eyes set on Alexander Usyk if he can get past Parker. And I just think when it comes to AJ's loss to Dubois, when it comes to Fury's losses to Usyk, people should stop crying about this shit. Okay? They both lost. It happens in boxing. The better fighter doesn't always win. It's the fighter who boxes the best on that night. And that's what happened to Fury against Usyk and AJ against Dubois. So people just need to come out and understand there's a new king out there. And, shockingly enough, it's Daniel Dubois. And who would have guessed that? But anyway, it's like someone died in the country and people started mourning, with Anthony Joshua lost to Dubois and Tyson Fury losing to Usyk. And it's crazy, man. It's almost like someone in the royal family died and shit. But I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. But for Anthony Joshua, he has a lot to digest, man, because he's got this commitment to Dazn. He signed a contract with him. He has to fight twice a year. For how long, I don't know, but I know he can't quit. Okay? His confidence isn't there again. He's in a very volatile, to me, situation. And I get it. Be a shrewd businessman. You want to make all the money. The man's already made over $400, $500 million in boxing. And to know that he can't retire. Because he said he wants to make $1 billion from boxing. Not with all of his outside investments. From boxing alone, he wants to become a billionaire. But now that shit's not so sweet for him in his career, I'm not so sure if, he's still, that's one of his milestones. Maybe he's, kind of made an update to the plan. Because he don't want to get the bing bing put on him anymore. But nonetheless, man, what's next for Anthony Joshua? I'll be honest with you, I don't know. But to me, Daniel Dubois, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. That's what I think. That's just me. And if you say in what order, Hood Champion, fight Wilder first. Wilder wants to come back. He hasn't looked great. He's inactive. Okay? Fans still want to see it. Go ahead and fight him. You should get that win with no problem and then send Deontay Wilder into retirement. Wilder makes him another $20 million. He should never ever think about picking up a boxing glove again. And then after that, Anthony Joshua has some momentum behind him. Then he fights Tyson Fury or rematches Dubois. But don't just go messing with Dubois next. Don't do that. Can Anthony Joshua pull off the win? Yeah, he can, but when you talk about probability, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. If you ask me, hey, who you putting your money on? I'll put my money on Daniel Dubois. Sorry, I'm going to put my money on Daniel Dubois. All right? You can't make me put money on Anthony Joshua in a rematch with Dubois. Like, you just can't. I don't care if you say, look, I'll cut off your right foot and put you in a relay race. All right, I'll just be hopping around that motherfucker because you're going to cut my foot off. I'm not putting money on Anthony Joshua. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. I'm in the breeze.